Okay. Okay, testing my mic. Okay, so I think my mic is functioning. Okay, so now is already 8 o'clock, so we will start our class now today. So for last week, I need to say sorry because last week I am sick, so I am able to make a class last week. So maybe I will try the time to find a class replacement for the chapter 8 by this week lah. Okay. So normally today we will continue the chapter 8 but another subtopic which is plant. So before last 2 weeks we already finished up the transport in mammalian, right? Transport in animal. Okay. So for today we will continue the another subtopic which is transport in plants. Okay, so normally in transport in plants there are two major topics that you need to learn. One topic is transpiration and another one is translocation. Okay. Okay, so for today class we will only talk about the transpiration only. Another class we will talk about the translocation. So I will separate into two parts to finish this chapter. Okay, so for today we will explain about the transpiration. So what is transpiration? So I think everyone in your SPM or everyone should be know transpiration is the process of the transport of water in plant, right? That the water will be transported through the xylem vessel and also track it from the root to all part of to the leaf, right? Because our leaf contain chloroplast that require water to undergo photosynthesis, right? So we know that the water and mineral ion are transported through the xylem vessel from the root to the leaf. And then translocation, we know that transport of organic nutrient like sucrose, glucose, or any type of nutrient can be transported from leaf from the leaf to all part of body that require nutrient. This is the general definition that we know. So in SPM maybe you are not learn detail about the mechanism of the process. So in Stpm you will learn in detail about the process. So for today we will learn about transpiration in plants. Okay. Okay, so normally if you want to learn about transpiration and translocation, you need to know about the xylem the vascular tissue. Because vascular tissue play the important role to transport the water and also organic nutrient. So vascular tissue, if you imagine in human like blood vessel, because in human our transport system is blood circulatory system and also lymphatic system, right? But in plant there are the system that involved in transport is vascular tissue. So we know that there are two types of vascular tissue, right? One is xylem tissue and another one is phloem tissue. Both of them are involved in transport, but the function differ, as I mentioned before. Xylem tissue is transport water and mineral ion, and phloem tissue is transport organic nutrient. Okay, so for today we will more focus on xylem vessel, the xylem tissue lah. Okay, I think this structure everyone should be know. This is dicotyledon plant that contain the vascular bundle. We know that the inner side is xylem, right, and outer side is phloem. So that's why is that you already learn in Sem 1 lah. I just recap only. And then we know that there are 4 types of xylem vessel, right? Xylem cell, right? Xylem vessel, tracheate, fiber, and parenchyma cell. So for normally the role that play the role in water transporting are xylem vessel and trachea. Fiber and parenchyma do not involve in the water transporting one. Only xylem vessel, especially xylem vessel lah. So in exam normally you need to mention about xylem vessel. You cannot write just xylem. If you write xylem, no marks lah, because xylem contain 4 cells. Not all the cells involved in water transporting. Only xylem vessel and also trachea involved in water transporting. But the major role in transporting is xylem vessel. Okay, next we will enter the water transport in plants. So this is topic under transpiration process. So normally before we go to the transpiration process, you need to know that how the plants absorb water. We know that root cell, the root of the plant is the main place that absorb water, right? So if you see this diagram, maybe if you see this diagram, this is our root cell, right? The root tissue. This is our root tissue. That this is the place that the role of the plant that absorb water from the soil. So we know that root is absorb water from the soil, but how it absorb water? How the root can absorb the water? Okay, so this one is that. So this one is the topic that you need to learn lah. Water absorption by root cells. Okay, so normally root cell is important part because absorption of water and mineral ion is occur at there. Because all the water molecule and the mineral ion in the plant is absorbed at the root cell. So normally if you take out the root cell from the soil, normally there no absorption occur, then the plant will die in very short time. So root cell normally it consists of many root hair, which the plasma membrane is permeable to water to increase the surface area. So what is root cell? So like this. This is our root hair. So in the roots, this is one of the diagram lah. But actually in the root there are many root cells at here. So mainly there are another root cell at here and another root cell at here. So there are many root cells that display at here. So why? Because it need to increase the surface area of the root cell exposed to the soil, so that more water molecule can be absorbed. So compared to if no root hair at here, if only contain the one layer, single layer like that, the water absorption rate of water absorption is very slow. The plant cannot absorb many water. But when it contain the root hair, meaning that they expose more to the soil, so that the root cell can absorb more water molecule from the soil. Okay. And then normally our root cell is hypertonic region. Hypertonic region. Why? Because we know that water and the mineral ion is transported through osmosis and simple diffusion or facilitated diffusion, right? So this process mainly is down concentration gradient. So if you want to let water molecule from the soil absorbed by the root hair enter the root cell, you need to maintain that our root hair is hypertonic condition, meaning that the solute potential for root hair is very high. The water potential at root hair is very low, so that the water molecule from the soil will diffuse or enter into the root cell down the concentration gradient. We know that water is moved down the concentration gradient from high concentration to low concentration. So that is why that your root hair must be maintained in hypertonic condition. Okay, and then so that this will ensure that the soil solution include water and mineral ion will be enter into the into the root cell, is epidermal cell, and then pass through along the cell wall into the cortex. And then so normally this flow enhance to the exposure of cortex cell to the soil solution and provide greater surface membrane area adsorption compared to the epidermis alone. And then this active transport may also occur in mineral ion that be moved into the cell. So normally this one I will explain in root pressure. Another one is root pressure. Later I will explain it. So normally if you see this explanation, meaning that after the water is absorbed, it will enter the epidermis first. Later it will pass through the cortex and then go to the root xylem. So why it contain many cortex cells at here? Why know that the epidermis directly enter the xylem vessel? Because it need to enhance the exposure of the cortex cell to soil solution, provide the greater surface membrane area for adsorption. So meaning that this if got this cortex, it can increase the surface area too, so that more water molecule can be accumulated here and then can pass through into the xylem vessel. If you compare to epidermis, meaning that it only contain one layer and then the water directly enter the root xylem vessel, meaning that the root need to absorb more water compared to that no cortex one. If the cortex is absent lah. But if now cortex is present in the root tissue, so that when the water is absorbed, so that the water will be accumulated here, so the plant don't need to absorb many water molecule lah, compared to the that does not have the cortex. Okay, so this is the general theory that you need to learn while how the adsorption will be occur by the root cells. So this is the adaptation that you need to know. Okay, next I will go to the water pathway. So water pathway. So once the water already enter root hair, they will enter the root hair. They will go through pass through the cortex tissue and then enter the root xylem. So you need to learn about the pathway from the root hair into the xylem vessel. The pathway of water molecule movement from the root hair into the xylem vessel. So you see this diagram, there are actually got three main pathway. So you see this diagram, there are three main pathway. One is transmembrane pathway, or in our syllabus we known as vacuolar pathway. And then another one is apoplast pathway, and then the final one is symplast pathway. So what are their difference? So the main key role is to transport water molecule from root hair into the root xylem vessel. But then through the cortex tissue layer, the water molecule can enter the xylem vessel through these three pathway, either one. So I already mentioned water movement through root tissue, symplast, apoplast, and also vacuolar. Another book they mentioned about transmembrane, but also can But in our syllabus, in MPS syllabus, they mention about vacuolar. So in exam, you are better use vacuolar not better than transmembrane. Okay, for symplast pathway is very easy. Very easy because the water transported through the plasmodesmata and then linked to the cytoplasm, meaning that water molecule is passed through the cytoplasm. You will see this arrow. The water molecule will be passed through the cytoplasm of plant cell, and then when they go from one cell to another cell, the water will pass through the plasmodesmata, enter another cell of cytoplasm, and then repeat this process until it enter the root xylem vessel. So this is about the symplast pathway. Okay, next is about vacuolar pathway. Okay, vacuolar pathway is similar to symplast, but the difference is the water is transported from the vacuole to another vacuole. meaning that when the water already enter the cell, it will directly go to the vacuum, and then once they go to the vacuum, and then the water molecule will diffuse out from the vacuum and then move to another cell and then enter back the vacuum. So meaning that they will also touch the cytoplasm, they will also pass through the cytoplasm, but the main pathway of this water molecule is not through the cytoplasm but through the vacuum. So when they enter the vacuum and then the want to go to another cell, they will enter back the vacuum of another cell again, and then it will go toward until it reach the root xylem. Last one is apoplast pathway. So this pathway is very special because the water molecule will pass through the cell wall only, meaning that the water molecule will not pass through the cytoplasm and also not pass through the vacuum. The water molecule only will pass through the apoplast pathway only, pass through the cell wall only. So all the cell wall, you see this diagram, the water molecule is passed through the cell wall one. They will not enter into the inside the plant cell. They will only the flow through the cell wall only. Okay. However, apoplast pathway, they will not directly enter the root xylem one. Compared to symplast and also vacuolar, the water molecule can directly go toward the root xylem vessel, but apoplast cannot. Apoplast finally, if they reach the last layer of the cortex tissue, we call as endodermis. When they reach the last layer of the cortex tissue, we know as endodermis style layer, the water molecule will be forced out from the cell wall and then go through the symplast pathway. So you see that the water will be first moved from apoplast to symplast pathway when reach the endodermis cell. So you see this red color one. You see this red color, actually not red color lah. In real situation, you cannot see the red color, but the diagram just want to show you that endodermis is the last layer before the water enter the root xylem vessel. This is the final layer. So why the water need to force out to the symplast? Why that water molecule cannot directly go to the root xylem for apoplast pathway? Because in endodermis cell, they contain the line we known as Casparian strip. So you see this purple color line. This purple color line we known as Casparian strip. So normally this Casparian strip is made up of suberin. So suberin. So it is made one type of wax. So we know that wax is impermeable to water. It is insoluble to water. So meaning that this Casparian strip, it is located on the surface of the plant cell on the endodermis layer, meaning that the water molecule cannot pass through the cell wall of the endodermis. So that the water molecule are forced out before they enter the root xylem. They need to be forced out into the another cell, or forced out into the plant cell, pass through the symplast pathway and then go to the root xylem. If not, the water molecule cannot pass through. Why? Because presence of Casparian strip. Okay. Okay. So normally this one is a definition only. So normally endodermis is the innermost layer that act as the last checkpoint to why we have the plant have the endodermis, because it act as the last checkpoint to check only the water molecule and the mineral ion can be passed through only. Other type of molecule, they need to ensure that other type of molecule cannot be passed through. And then another one is Casparian strip is make the endodermis prevent the accumulation of solute backflow into the cell solution and keep and toxic substance out of the cell. So normally already say endodermis as a last checkpoint. So Casparian strip, it can prevent the accumulation of solute backflow into the soil solution. So it need to prevent the solute particle. So maybe the solute particle is accumulated at here, maybe, so that if general situation, if you want to reach equilibrium, meaning that the solute particle will be diffused out from the plant cell one, but that we don't want this happen, so that we need to have a pressure or experience rate, so that the soil solution inside the xylem vessel, inside beyond the cortex tissue, normally is in the vascular tissue, the solute particle will not diffuse out from the cell. Okay, so this is the major three pathway that the water molecule will be moved from the root hair into the xylem vessel. Okay, so any question so far? Okay, no question. So next I will proceed to the water movement from root to leaf. Okay, just now we already learned about the water absorption of water by root cell. We already learned this, and then later we learn about the firstly we learn about the water absorption, right? Water absorption, how the root hair absorb the water from the soil. And then secondly, we learn about the movement of water from the root hair into the root xylem vessel. Okay, now we need to learn about how the water can be transported from the root to the leaf. So normally there are three main mechanisms: root pressure, cohesion-tension theory, and also transpiration pool. And the cohesion-tension theory and transpiration pool are highly related. These two processes are highly related. Only the root pressure is not related, only unrelated between these two. Okay, so this is very important because in examination, if you refer to past year, cohesion-tension theory and transpiration pool, it come out in past year already many times. I think it's 3 to 4 times already. 4 times it coming out in past year, and normally the marks is very high. Normally it's 10 marks. At least 10 marks. Got 1 year come out 11 marks. So this one is very important theory that you need to know lah. Okay. Root pressure. Okay. Root pressure actually is very simple lah. Very simple theory compared to the transpiration pool, because it is the pushing theory, meaning that the water is pushed from the root into the leaf, to the leaf. Compared to the cohesion-tension theory, because cohesion-tension theory and transpiration pool, because transpiration pool already mentioned, right? Pool, meaning that dia tarik, the water is tarik daripada tanah akar ke daun. Root pressure is the water, the air is tekan air tu dari akar kepada laun. Ini beza dia. Root pressure is pushing force, transpiration pool is pulling force. This is the key differences between these two. Okay, so why we say that root pressure is pushing? So normally root pressure is normally happen during night only, when the transpiration rate is very low. We know that transpiration process is highly related to the gas exchange, highly related to the stomata, right? Opening of stomata, because stomata is open during sunny day only, right? We know that. And then stomata is play the role in the gases exchange, not only gases exchange but also the transpiration process. So we know that water molecule will also be extract out from the stomata. So normally in the night your stomata is closed, so that your transpiration rate is very low. So when your transpiration rate is very low, cohesion-tension theory and transpiration pool also very low. Actually the energy between these two is quite low lah, compared to root pressure. Okay, so normally root pressure is occur because your mineral ion is actively absorbed. This one I just mentioned, right? Absorption of root. So meaning that at that time, your mineral ion is actively absorbed from the soil, pumped into the into the root xylem, decreasing its water potential. Meaning that if you see here, the absorption of water molecule, meaning that when the in the night, the potassium sodium ion, the mineral ion, will be pumped, actively transport will be pumped out during activity transport into the root hair. So this one will cause the root hair water potential will be decreased. So the purpose is to decrease the water potential of the root hair. So when the root hair water potential is decreased, so that the water molecule outside the root hair in the soil is higher than inside the root hair. So the water molecule can be diffused into the root hair from the soil. So this is the main purpose of the root pressure. So normally this accumulation of ion is an osmotic effect. So water will be moved into the xylem cell, root xylem from surrounding root cell. So that water molecule will move into the root by osmosis, and because your water potential is difference between the soil and root cell now. So that the accumulation of water in the root tissue produce a positive pressure that force the water up through the root xylem into the root. So meaning that when the water molecule is pumped, is diffused into the root hair, meaning that the root hair is accumulated with water. Because now you need to know that transpiration rate is very low. Transpiration rate is very low, so that the water molecule cannot no pulling force will occur. So that the water molecule need to move automatically themselves by using the differences between the water potential between the cell. So when the water molecule is already accumulated here, so that this part the water potential is very high. So logically the water molecule will need to achieve the equilibrium by, so that the water molecule will flow from the higher water potential to low water potential. So when accumulated at here, so the water molecule will start to go to second layer, and then it will go to third layer, and then it will go to fourth layer. So it is like a pushing process. You will see that this is as a pushing process. When this full, and then it push to another layer, and then it push to another layer until it push until it reach the root xylem, and then in the root xylem it will push up again, because the root xylem water molecule is already fully accumulated, and then it will push up again, diffuse up, water molecule is diffused up into the shoot, and then push the water molecule from the root into the shoot. Okay, so this is the pushing process. Why that is called as pushing process. So but however, although this is the logically but we know that in Earth we have gravitation. So that the water molecule, the pushing force will not very strong one. Your pushing force is not very strong, meaning that the root pressure is very strong, not very strong. We will want to push up the water from root into the shoot. Especially the plant is very tall, especially the tree and also secondary woody plant like durian tree. You know that we very tall, right? We want to use the root pressure, pump the water, push the water up into the leaf is very impossible, because we have gravitation. If no gravitation, that is possible, but in Earth we have gravitation, so that the water molecule is not easily to be pushing out from the root into the shoot. So this one is overcome by using the cohesion-tension theory and also root transpiration pool. Okay, but before that we need to learn about the guttation. So normally guttation is the phenomenon when the liquid water is forced out through the spatial opening in the leaf called head top. So this is the we'll see the leaf. So normally this one phenomenon you can see in the early of the morning. In the early of the morning, if you go to see the plants of the leaf, especially the small plant, small plant that you probably jalan-jalan, you can walk around your taman, or you go to the go to jogging, or you go to taman park, or go to the park, you will see this phenomenon in early of the morning lah. But you don't want like 10 a.m. 11 a.m. then you will never see it lah. Early in the morning meaning like 7 a.m. Or 6:30 like that. Normally is sun is already raised up, then you can see this kind of phenomenon. So this kind of phenomenon is due to the root pressure. Okay, now we go to the most important part, which is cohesion-tension theory and also transpiration pool. Okay, so any question about the root pressure? Okay, I think no. Okay, now we go to the most important part, which is cohesion-tension theory and also transpiration pool. So this one is very important because in exam, the MPM very like to ask this question because this is very long theory. You can write a long essay. Okay. So normally in cohesion-tension theory, it is related to the transpiration pool. This theory is due to the transpiration pool. So normally we can focus on the transpiration pool first. So you see this diagram. Okay. So normally is that during the sunny day, the water molecule inside the leaf will be evaporated out from the leaf because your stomata is open. Why stomata is opening? Why? That the mechanism of opening and closing of stomata that you already learned in chapter 7. You already learned now, right? What the mechanism of opening and closing of stomata? We know that stomata is opening during the day. So when it is opening during the day, not only gases exchange is occur, but also your water molecule will be evaporated out from the plant. So when your water molecule is evaporated out, so why your water molecule is evaporated out? Because in the atmosphere during the sunny day, you know that our atmosphere is very dry, right? It's very dry, and then very hot, meaning that your water potential of the atmosphere is very low, and then your plant is rich in water. So according to logic, water molecule is flow down the concentration gradient. So your water molecule inside the plant will be evaporated out from the high water potential in the leaf to the low water potential in the atmosphere. So your water is evaporated out in the form of water vapor from the leaf. Okay, so when your water is evaporated out, meaning that this space should be contain many water, because you need to know that our leaf contain many mesophyll cell, like palisade mesophyll cell that you already learned about leaf structure that you learn in Stpm. Palisade mesophyll and also spongy mesophyll, and then got lower epidermis, upper epidermis, muscular tissue also occur at that. So we know that leaf, the mesophyll cells, palisade mesophyll and spongy mesophyll, are highly containing chloroplast, right? The chloroplast is rich at here. So meaning that photosynthesis is occur in your leaf. And then you know that photosynthesis, the basic equation of photosynthesis, it require carbon dioxide and also water molecule. Photolysis of water. So your leaf need a lot of water to perform photosynthesis, so that your water is already loose. So they need to replace the water molecule at this space. So actually this space should be accumulate with the water molecule. But now your water is already evaporated out. So your water molecule need to be replaced water molecule need to be replaced at this kind of space for the photosynthesis to be efficient can be maintained during the sunny day. So that the water molecule need to be replaced. How it replaced? It will come from the xylem vessel, the leaf xylem vessel. So that the water molecule in the leaf xylem vessel is high water potential, and then it will go to the low water potential area to replace the water molecule in the space of the mesophyll cell. So that water molecule will be diffused out from the leaf xylem vessel into the leaf. And then this one will create the pooling process, meaning that the water molecule will be pull. Dia akan akan tarik water banyak, kerana dia kena replace, kerana dia kena gantikan air dekat sini. Kerana air sekarang dia macam pipe lah, awak boleh ingat macam pipe. Ini pipe dia dah open pipe dia, so water molecule akan keluar. So awak kena ambil air lagi. So how they ambil air? Dia akan tarik air daripada xylem vessel, daripada shoot punya shoot, and also until the root. So the water molecule will be dia akan tarik until into the root, until it can reach the root lah. So that is why that your transpiration pull process can be occur from the leaf and then reach until the root. So that the water molecule will be pulled from the leaf until to the leaf. And then cohesion-tension theory is about the stem. Is due to the stem. Why? Cohesion-tension theory is due to the cohesion force of water molecule. That you already learned in chapter 1, Sem 1. We know that water can form hydrogen bond, right? And then hydrogen bond is one type of strong bond. Although you already forget, maybe chemistry still remember. Hydrogen bond is one type of stronger bond compared to the covalent bond, right? So hydrogen bond is strong, so that they will have the cohesion force and also adhesion force inside your stem. So this is what we call about the cohesion-tension theory. Cohesion-tension theory. So that the water molecule can be lined up together. If you see, cohesion force is that the hydrogen bond can be formed between the water molecule, right? That you already learned. And then adhesion force is that the hydrogen bond can be formed from water molecule to the wall of the stem, right? Stem cell, right? Stem cell. So that meaning that the water molecule is lined up together. There will no breakdown one. Dia akan putus punya, kerana ada hydrogen bond dah ikat mereka. Dia macam tali lah. Hydrogen bond macam tali. Dia ikat semua air ni, so that the water molecule will not be break down, so that the water molecule is easily to be pulled up from the root into the leaf. So this is the basic concept about the transpiration pull. Okay, so this is the basic concept. So in examination, you come out like this. You need to explain all the things that I mentioned just now. Okay, so this is the explanation. So normally cohesion-tension hypothesis or cohesion-tension theory is that your transpiration is provide the pulling force for the essence of xylem sap. So xylem sap is your any solution that already entered xylem we call as xylem sap. And then the cohesion water molecule transmit the pull along the entire length of xylem from shoot to the root. So normally xylem sap is normally under negative pressure, or we call as tension. Okay, so this is the first step. I already mentioned in your leaf, your spongy mesophyll consists of moist water, right? Will contain many water, but in the day your water will be diffused out from the mesosphere cell into the atmosphere. Why? We know that your atmosphere is very dry now. Your water potential as atmosphere is highly negative, very low. So that your water molecule in the leaf will be diffused out, evaporated out from the leaf through the stomata. So this causing your water potential inside the cell is more negative again. So dia ada kait-kait, dia macam hubung kait lah. Awak air semua dah keluar, so meaning that your water potential also very low. So that the water molecule from the xylem vessel will be replaced. So dia akan pooling lah. Okay. So this will cause the water to move up through the xylem and develop at the surface of the mesosphere, resulting transpiration pool. And then the loss of water in the space inside the leaf will be replaced by the evaporation of water flume that called the mesosphere cell. Okay, so this one I use gambar. This one is more detailed that you need to explain how the water molecule inside the spongy mesosphere cell are evaporating out, and the replacement of the water molecule from the leaf xylem into the spongy mesosphere. Okay, so this actually you can get from the Campbell. Okay. So if you see this, firstly you need to solve that in transpiration your water is already diffused out. I already mentioned, right? Water molecule is already diffused out. And then we know that in spongy mesosphere, we know that our leaf contain palisade mesosphere and also spongy mesosphere, right? And then palisade mesosphere, you still remember, palisade mesosphere is vacuolarly shaped. They are lined up one by one, right, and packed together. But in spongy mesosphere, the cells are arranged loosely, and there are many air space at there. So the air space will containing many water vapor at here. Okay. So if you see this diagram, this one is one type of spongy mesosphere when it bigger up mesosphere cell. So in the mesosphere cell, the cell wall of the mesosphere cell, actually if you mesosphere cell, they are containing many water flume at here. So meaning that within the cell wall of the mesosphere cell, there are many water and trapped at here. This is a structure of cell wall that you already learned in Sem 1. I don't want to mention repeat any more. In structure of cell wall, still remember structure of cell wall is made up of cellulose, hemicellulose, lignin, also lignin, all that. And then we know that they are arranged is microfiber way. So this is the general structure of microfiber of plant cell wall. So in plant cell wall, there are many space, right? I already mentioned is microfiber, there are many space. So all this space is accumulated with water molecule. Okay, and then in water molecule we known as water film. Okay, so there are many water is entrapped at here, entrapped at there. Okay, so when in the transpiration process, I already said water is evaporated. So where the water is evaporated? Water is evaporated at here lah, from the water film. So when your water molecule is starting evaporated, meaning that your plant cell wall, your mesosphere cell wall now is loose of water. So your evaporation of water film will cause the air-water interface to retreat farther into the cell wall and to become more curved. Dia akan menjadi curve shape one. And then this curvature will increase the surface tension and the rate of transpiration. So this is that you already learned about the surface tension. Surface tension, what you still remember? What is surface tension that you already learned in chapter 1, property of physical property of water molecule. So you know that tension is that the water molecule is evaporated out from the cell. Only the surface water molecule is evaporated out. The inner part is still maintain the liquid phase. Only the outer part will be enter the gas phase. This is what we call as surface tension. So when the water molecule in the curved shape like that, so it will increase the surface tension so that it can maintain the inner part of the cell wall, water maintained in liquid. So the meaning lah, surface tension. So yeah, it is very highly related to the water property. Okay, so when this kind of happening, so that you need to replace water molecule too. You cannot maintain like this. If evaporation still occur and no replacement at the long time, your water film will be totally dry. And then when it totally dry, then the plant will die lah, because no water already. Okay, so the increased surface tension will pull water from surrounding cell and air space. So meaning that the mesophyll cell is already give the signal, tak cukup air lah, saya dah cukup air lah, kerana dah macam ni lah, saya dah cukup air lah. So it will pull the water from surrounding any part. Maybe it will ambil air daripada kawan dia, daripada mesophyll cell dia, kawan-kawan dia, or at the air space, any part lah. But normally the water will become from the root leaf xylem vessel. So normally the water from the xylem is pulled into the surrounding cell and air space to replace the water that was lost. So dia akan replace air semua ni lah. So this is the generation of transpiration pool, negative pressure tension. So when the examination, how you explain about the generation of transpiration pool, you need to explain this only. You don't need to explain about the cohesion-tension theory. Don't need to explain that. If the examination is focusedly about the transpiration pool only, this is the process the transpiration pool is generated, but it does not involve cohesion-tension theory yet. So you need to differentiate them. Cohesion-tension theory and transpiration pool are different things, but they are highly related. I just say they are highly related. If got transpiration pool, then cohesion-tension theory can generate. If no transpiration pool, cohesion-tension theory cannot generate. Just like that. Transpiration pool must occur first, then got cohesion-tension theory. If no at all. Okay, now we enter about the cohesion-tension theory lah. So normally this is the explanation. You can read yourself. Okay, so now once the water molecule is already entered, already want to replace out, already call it will already pull up the water, right? So the transpiration pool is transmitted at the way from the leaf to the root, or also into the soil solution, and unbroken. So the transpiration pool can extend down to the root through an unbroken chain of water molecule. So this one, unbroken chain of water molecule, is due to the cohesion-tension theory, cohesion-tension hypothesis. Okay, so what does it mean? So normally cohesion-tension theory, there are two main things only you need to know about the cohesion of water and also adhesion of water. So we go back to this diagram lah. So normally in cohesion-tension theory, normally it is occur in the stem cell, meaning that your water molecule is transported through the stem xylem vessel, is transmitted along the stem cell, and then the water molecule is unbroken. Why? Because we have hydrogen bond, the property of the water molecule. We have adhesion force and also cohesion force. Your cohesion force provide the hydrogen bonding between the water molecules so they can trap to each other. So they are macam tadi, I already mentioned, they are macam, it look like the rope that connect the water molecule to each other one, so that the water molecule can be transmitted along the xylem vessel. If no hydrogen bond, then the water molecule cannot transport one. Now the water molecule only can transport through the basic theory about the water potential theory only. But you need to know that we have gravitation, like the root pressure lah. If no hydrogen bonding like this, it look like root pressure, like the pulling force only. So 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 because of the cohesion and also action, it can against overcome the gravitation challenge. So the water molecule can be transported up to the leaf against the gravitation. So this is the theory, cohesion tension theory lah, but you need to know it. So you see this diagram, lah. You see that leaf outside the air, your water potential is very low, one, and then so that the water molecule will be evaporated out from the leaf. Okay, so in summary, okay, so this is the summary of the transpiration process. So normally, first step is your water is already loose by transpiration to somata. So your water potential inside your mesophyll cell is very low, and then your hydrostatic pressure also very low. So that negative pressure will be occur. So that you pulling force will be occur also. So that your root xylem vessel, your water from the soil will be diffused into a root xylem, and then based on the cohesion and action force, so your water molecule can be pulled from the root into the leaf. So this is a very basic lah, the conclusion that I can make. Okay, so that's all for today. Okay, so I think that's all for today class. So I think any question? I think no question. Okay, so we will end our class now. So thank you for all attending the class today. So we will proceed to translocation, the last topic for this chapter, and then later we will enter the next chapter lah, chapter 9. So I will see you again next week or few days later. So thank you for your attending. So goodbye and good night. Have a nice day. Bye.